So you ran in the back of me on purpose?
Yep.
Why is that?
I hate cops, man.
On September 24, 2025, a Fairview Heights police officer was conducting a routine traffic stop on Old Collinsville Road when a driver deliberately rammed his fully marked squad car from behind, then got out and told him exactly why he did it.
Shit! Fairview 187. My vehicle's just been hit. Started an ambulance.
Hey, what happened?
You tell me!
I need a new car.
Somebody ran into me, pushed my vehicle into the other vehicle, started an ambulance, need a supervisor. Here, come over here, buddy. Get out of the road. Here, have a seat real quick. Have a seat. You alright?
Yeah, I'm alright.
What happened, dude?
I don't know, man. I've been drinking.
You been drinking?
Yeah, I've been drinking.
Okay.
And I took some weed pills.
Some weed
Fucked
pills?
up. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else in the car?
Nah, it's just me.
187. Started trooper. Here, just sit down, man.
Within 90 seconds of this crash, 28-year-old Keegan Jennings told the officer he had been drinking, that he had taken weed gummies, and that he had deliberately driven into the squad car because, and this is a direct quote, "I hate cops, man." That sequence of admissions is legally extraordinary for one reason. None of it was in response to questioning. The officer had not read Jennings his Miranda rights. He had not placed him under arrest. He had not asked him why the crash happened. Under Miranda versus Arizona, decided in 1966, the requirement to advise a person of their rights applies when a person is in custody and subject to interrogation. Jennings was not yet in custody. He was sitting on the roadside after a crash, speaking voluntarily. Everything he said in that moment, the alcohol, the gummies, the intent, was a spontaneous statement. Spontaneous statements made before custody and without interrogation are fully admissible in court. There is no Miranda protection for words you volunteer before anyone asks. Jennings did not incriminate himself under pressure. He did it entirely on his own. And every word of it went directly into the evidentiary record.
Just sit down.
Alright.
Driver tells me he's been drinking and took some weed pills.
Here, let me get
No.
my phone.
Sit down, sit down.
Okay.
I don't want you to get hit, okay? Hey, you guys all right up in there? All right, just hang tight, okay?
Can I stand up? My head's getting like...
Just sit down, man. You just in a bad accident. I don't want you to get hurt, okay? You wandering around out in that traffic, somebody gonna hit you.
Somebody gonna hit me. I got insurance. It ain't gonna cover that though.
Well, I don't know, but that's not what we're concerned about right now. We're concerned about everybody's okay, all right?
Alright. I did that on purpose, sir.
What, you hit me on purpose?
Yeah, I did.
Why is that?
I'm bored.
You bored?
I'm bored.
So you ran in the back of me on purpose?
Yep.
Why is that?
I hate cops, man.
Yeah? All right. We got an ambulance coming, okay?
Alright.
All right.
They gonna take me home or I'm going?
I don't know. You ain't got no weapons on you, do you?
No, sir.
All right, here. Go ahead and put your hand behind your back for me.
Alright. So am I going in the ambulance?
They're going to come and check you out, okay, partner?
Okay.
All right.
You put my wallet back in my pocket?
Yeah.
Now let's talk about what the officer did, because it matters as much as what Jennings said. The officer's squad car had just been rammed hard enough to impale it into the vehicle in front. He had every reason to be shaken, angry, or reactive. Instead, he immediately radioed for an ambulance, checked on the occupants of the original vehicle, kept Jennings seated away from traffic, and maintained a calm, professional tone throughout, even after Jennings admitted the crash was intentional. He did not escalate. He did not confront. He did not make any statement that could later be used to argue coercion or improper conduct. When Jennings made his confession, the officer's response was simply, "Yeah, all right." And he kept managing the scene. That restraint is not insignificant. Because Jennings's admissions, the intent, the motive, the substances, become the foundation of every felony charge that followed. Had the officer responded with hostility, an argument, or any physical contact at that moment, defense attorneys would have had grounds to challenge the voluntariness of what came next. The officer's calm preserved the integrity of a confession that prosecutors will rely on entirely.
Yeah.
Jennings was charged with criminal damage to government property and 3 counts of aggravated battery. Let's break those down. Criminal damage to government property under Illinois law, 720 ILCS 5/21-1.01, applies when a person knowingly damages property belonging to a government entity. A deliberately rammed police vehicle with intent stated on camera is as clean a case as this statute ever sees. The aggravated battery charges are more significant. Under 720 ILCS 5/12-3.05, aggravated battery includes causing bodily harm to a peace officer while they are performing their official duties. 3 counts suggest the charge covers the officer whose vehicle was struck and potentially the occupants of the vehicle pushed forward by the impact. Battery does not require physical contact with a person's body by hand. It includes any act that causes bodily harm, which a deliberate vehicle collision clearly satisfies. Illinois State Police were called to conduct an independent investigation, standard procedure when a law enforcement officer is directly involved in an incident. That separation matters. It insulates the charges from any argument that the arresting department had a conflict of interest in building the case. Jennings entered St. Clair County Jail facing felony charges. His own words, spoken voluntarily before any questioning on body camera, are the prosecution's entire case. If there is a case or a legal topic you want us to break down, drop it in the comments. We read every one. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that button now. Every week we go through encounters like this one, statute by statute, so you know exactly what the law says before you ever need it. Subscribe, share this episode with someone who needs to see it, and we will see you in the next one.